Part 2 of this episode is coming up, and I know there are some moviegoers that just like to watch movies. But don't you want to know what movies are actually, how movies actually win awards? Instead of getting frustrated because you're like, oh, what are we talking about? Like Birdman. For me, I was really upset because Birdman got it, and I just didn't understand until I watched it a couple times. Which in the class that you're in right now, the film is lit, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be watching
Birdman is coming up next, I think, on the list. I loved Birdman.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of Birdman. I was a big fan of Whiplash too, and I thought it was funny that both scores were heavily drum set. I thought that was really fun, and they were really good music. Like both of them, the score was fantastic for the film. But I was a big fan of Birdman because of the way they shot it. Trying to keep that one single shot all the way through the movie felt very old school, and it was fun to watch. Yeah. But a lot of people were upset that Whiplash didn't end up winning it and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so we're going to talk about that for the second part. We're going to be talking about the actors, and then we're going to be talking about the screenplay, and then thirdly we'll be talking about the behind the scenes and the stuff that actually you don't see in the film. Mm-hmm. So why don't we just start? Yeah, let's start with Birdman. The reason, because that's the newest one, right? It won awards this year.
That was the last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last one. So yeah, let's talk about that one. Start with the actors. You guys have anything to say? Reason why they picked this movie? I know that the who's the main guy in the act?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. He wasn't. He's not that famous anymore. Like he did a lot of old stuff.
He's still famous.
Really?
No, don't break my heart. Michael Keaton's Batman, man. He's the Batman for me.
But this is considered his comeback, though.
Right.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he did great. Well, I guess that's true. He's been kind of the side role in a lot of films because he was the captain in the other guys.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And he nailed that role. Keeping up with Will Ferrell in comedy, I think.
See, but 15 years earlier, he would have been the Will Ferrell.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. Multiplicity was one of my favorites growing up.
There was a lot of talk after Birdman that they were going to make another Beetlejuice, and he's actually in another film right now. Actually, in a couple months, he's going to be released in theaters.
So he's back up on the A-list.
Yeah,
cool. I didn't know that. That's kind of fun.
And so maybe that's one of the reasons why they got this movie, because he wasn't popular. And so they actually just showed, hey, he's actually a really good actor now.
Yeah, and they built a great cast around him in Birdman, too.
Edward Norton is fantastic.
And then Emma Stone.
Yeah, Emma Stone.
His daughter, she nailed it. I don't know what her character was supposed to be, some sort of addict of some kind, but she nailed it. She looked sickly, but she still looked sexy. I don't know. She nailed it. Trying to think of what else.
Who's his ex-wife? Or current wife, right, because they were fixing a house together. Who played it? That was that.
Hold on, I'm looking up
the two other actresses in the play that's in the movie.
Yeah,
they were both pretty. I mean, they're pretty well known. I thought.
I can't think of it.
But
I don't know how to pronounce that name. I was like Lori. No, right here.
Oh.
That's him. That's her, right?
Yeah, Andrea Riseborough. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I mean, I recognize her. Mm-hmm. And then and there was also Zach Galifianakis.
Oh yeah, his manager.
Oh my gosh,
the producers.
That was perfect. He nailed that.
Yeah, the thing is, you only know him by the Hangover and all this kind of stuff, and then he played a pretty good role. I was like,
no, he's been in a couple good ones. I don't remember if you guys have seen Out Cold, but that's one of my favorite Zach Galifianakis movies. Out Cold. You guys need to watch that. That's a college movie, if anything. You get the favorite scene with him is they put him in a car out on the ice while he's sleeping, and they start spinning this car on the ice, and then they start screaming and banging on the car. He wakes up and just grabs the steering wheel and turns to it, just starts screaming. Cracked me up. It's a good Zach Galifianakis movie. He's got a lot of them now. He's a really good actor. Not just a hangover.
The press made a big deal that Michael Keaton was perfect for the role because he had been a superhero. He was the first Batman in the first two movies, and then after that he kind of took a downward slide.
Yeah, his character that he played was kind of like what he did in Hollywood. Yeah,
so he could bring that.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Which I heard that he was in an interview and he was like, "This is not what I was talking about with Batman. This is totally due to two different characters. I wasn't trying to bring back I was Batman.
Right.
And so I don't.
It's sad that he had to actually say that.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it like that. And so I guess that makes sense. People would look at it like that.
I mean, I looked at it like that, but I mean, because he won awards, and then he had the interview, and he's like, "This is not my comeback for Batman." But
Huh. Good point.
So I guess the main reason why they won the awards was the screenplay, because it was so unique. Do you want to take on? I didn't like it, so I don't want to give you guys anything.
Well, I got to hear a negative review on it. I think it'd be funny. No, I like the fact that it was a play. Like, the comeback was a play. Like, he was trying to write a play. And then it was also a movie that we were watching, and the play was his life. Right. Even behind the scenes, like, curtains were drawn, you'd think the show was over, then you'd slide through the curtains and you'd see him in the backstage area and the fights that he'd had with his castmates and the yelling and the real drinking and all that. It just felt so gritty and real for a film. I love that part of it. I love that part of it. Just following an actor even off screen when he wasn't acting. Mm-hmm. But even Edward Norton shows in the film that you're always acting. We're players in this whole thing is a play. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, but my favorite part about the movie is that it was one fluid shot. Like yeah, they would go through a door and it would be nighttime now, but the camera never stopped moving.
Mm-hmm.
He never switched scenes. I just love how it just flowed through.
Editing was crazy on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which I found more respect for the director
Alfonso Cuarón.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Isn't that who did it?
No.
I thought it was Alphonse. I don't know his last name.
Alejandro Gonzalez.
Oh, that's him.
Wait, who's Alphonse doing?
Alfonso Cuarón, yeah. Oh, Gravity. That's what I was
thinking. Oh, yeah, and Gravity won awards that year too, didn't it?
Yeah, that's Cuarón.
Gravity was.
That was 2014.
Yeah,
oh yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, gotta keep up with my stuff.
So you're.
It's 2012.
Yeah.
So your criticism then of the script is that the dialogue didn't feel real, or the characters didn't.
Well, I mean, the acting was great. I think it was just that ending kind of just made me really just didn't enjoy it.
The ambiguity of it, or
the what?
The ambiguity of it. The like, what? Tell me exactly what happened.
Right.
Or?
Well, like at the very end when he was like, you just fell or something, and he just started flying. I didn't like that. I know that I knew what they were trying to do. It's just I didn't like how that was going because it was realistic, and they were like, and especially that part when he was on the edge of the tower.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Are you gonna jump?" He's like, No, I'm not gonna jump. Do you need help? And then you see him, and he's like, "I'm just gonna fall." And then slowly, and then it shows how he got out of the taxi cab.
Yeah.
And that part I understood.
It was his mentality.
Yeah.
But from the hospital room.
It just didn't make sense.
Would you rather look up and see him flying away or something like that? That's what threw it off?
No, I wish that, I think it was Emma Watson.
Emma
right?
Stone.
Emma Stone's, like appearance and what she was like. She was looking up, and I wish that she was looking down.
Yeah, she was looking up and smiling, like, oh, he's flying away, kind of thing.
So if you just cut that shot out,
I think I would have been.
You would have been happy.
I'd have been more satisfied with it.
Interesting.
That one scene.
I kind of agree with that.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I don't know. I thought it was just a romanticism to the film.
Well, I would never re-edit any director's movie, but I see your point of view. Of, like, okay, if it ended there, how would I have felt? I would have felt okay with that.
It's like I'm not saying like I didn't understand what he was trying to do. I understood what the writer and the director was trying to do and portray, but it wasn't my cup of tea.
I get you.
That's what's great about movies.
Yeah. See, at the bar when we'd have this discussion, I would have bought you a shot. Like, all right, I agree with that. So get him a tequila shot.
Okay, so behind the scenes, this will actually go according to part 3 of it. But how did you how much does it take to actually make a film? Like, what's the basics that you need for it behind the scenes? Because I know there's lighting and the stuff that we've talked about in class. I mean, you've talked about in class.
I'd like to know how much they actually rehearsed this. I mean, they had to rehearse it for technical. Technical being the camera, the lighting, the sound, all that stuff. But I want to know, did the actors just tell us where to go, and we're just going to go, and we're going to do our lines, or was it very well rehearsed?
I would have liked to have known that too, because the way things fall, even on set, the way things were thrown around, like when they were angry, it felt like they were placed there, but it seemed so real. Like people would have just thrown that plate across the screen. I don't know, I would have loved to have seen a behind the shot where someone just tracked the whole thing, like one shoot to the next, just on a hand video camera, on Snapchat even. Like that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of it was just, here's the script, here's what we really need you to say. Throw whatever you want in.
Improv the rest.
Yeah, improv the rest. Make it a conversation.
I want to think that that's what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I want to think
that.
Really
in my movie-making mind, I feel like that would be how Edward Norton would handle himself.
Yeah.
As a director, I'd say, Edward, take care of business.
Or I think it was actually his idea, because I heard he was a jackass.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Have you guys heard that?
It was his idea. Yeah.
I heard Edward's kind of hard to work with, but he is still one of my favorite actors. I love him in everything he does.
I like him in Fight Club.
You didn't like him as the Hulk?
Yeah. I didn't like him as the Hulk. I liked him when he was Bruce Banner, though.
Yeah.
He played one of my favorite Bruce Banners.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
love
like-
this scrawny nerd kind of,
Like I was a little frustrated that they changed the actors to play the Hulk, but I kind of understand they were trying to get away from the bad image. That
Yeah,
that
Mark
Hulk
Ruffalo
has.
nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Ruffalo, I want to see more Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, but that's not
He's a good actor.
That was a
Edward Norton did American History X. I don't know
yeah.
if you've
That's
ever
when I
Yeah, that's
fell in
what it
love
was.
with him.
seen it. That's a
Don't tell me you've never seen American History X.
Oh no, I haven't.
How are you going to talk movies right now?
Edward Furlong, Eddie Furlong. Yeah, it's
American History X was fantastic.
I'm
It
writing
breaks
it
your
down.
heart. It just tears you to the core. I watched that back in Woodward. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's a really small town in Oklahoma.
Well, he was. Well,
Where?
let's see. He was also in the Grand Budapest Hotel,
Yeah.
The Illusionist.
He was in a lot of the,
Yeah.
the Moonrise
Oh,
Kingdom.
Oh yeah, he was
Kingdom.
also in movies
That's
like
the one. I loved Moonrise Kingdom.
He's
He
a
did
good
great
actor.
I
job.
forgot he was also in the Born Legacy. I
Oh,
loved his
yeah.
character in the Born
That's
Legacy.
I forgot about that. Good job. Well done.
IMDb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't remember
See,
that.
that's
so
what
much.
gets me at the bar when people start pulling that. I'm like, "What's that actor? What's that?" Like, I bet your shot you don't know him. I'm like, "I'll take that money." Yeah, IMDb, yeah, ruined everything. Ruined movie knowledge.
But yet, it is secretly super helpful.
Yeah.
No, Birdman was a really good film though, and all the actors in it were really, really good actors, and I think it earned the award. But Whiplash being its competitor, I love seeing what's his name, Simmons, coming out as that was his breakout role,
yes.
in my opinion. Like, he had been a small character in a lot of movies, and he nailed that evil teacher. You know what I mean? Like the mean teacher, the one that just inspires you for greatness. But I don't know, something about Birdman was just better dialogue. There was, to me, the conversations in Whiplash just seemed very one-sided. Very, the smartest person in the room, I'm going to do the talking. And then
I think that was the
Birdman.
point, though.
Was it?
I felt that. I think that Whiplash should have won the award. I watched Birdman first, and I was like, well, I understand that it won the award for Best Picture.
Yeah.
But after watching Whiplash, like, no, they did it wrong. Like that's the right film, because it was just, I don't know, the ending.
The ending was fantastic.
I always go to the ending when I review movies, and it's like the beginning and the end. And if they're really good, then the middle just, it really doesn't mean anything.
Whoa. The story?
That's for me.
Is
That's
that
how
what you're
I,
trying to tell me? The
Well, the
story
middle has
doesn't
to
mean
get you to the
anything?
end.
right, but like,
The drum roll at the end, the final clash, that was beautiful. And
Yeah.
it did wrap up a movie that was just a great...
Drum roll.
Yeah, the drum roll, the end of the show, just go all out, and then seeing them come together at the very end of it, and him just smash that crash into his face. I like that part. And that was like, okay, he's saying, F you, I'm here to play. It was cool, but it was music. It was all music. You would told me that I would have won a musical, I would have said, yeah, sure, musical award. Best picture, no.
wait, so, Sound of Music won awards, Best Picture.
True, it's true. But that was also a really good story.
So was Whiplash. And what do you think, Kaya?
Different audience, different time, different, Next year, Whiplash might have won. It's
True.
It just depends
That's
on
true.
who's the voting.
And then next year, like
Voting Academy
Transformers
is.
could win.
No.
It's the way the Academy is nowadays.
Let's hope so. No, I'm just-
Now, I've always been curious, in the voting, how does it work? Is it the SAG actors who vote?
No, it's the Academy.
The true
You have to
Academy.
be a member of the Academy.
Now, how do you
Motion
go
picture
about being a
artists.
member of an Academy like that?
You can be invited to be a member. The problem was, and they're getting away from this now, the packages with the viewing copies would come to these offices of the voting Academy voters, and they'd be really glossy packages. There'd be tchotchkes and nice things inside. Now they're coming with iWatches, and just to get you to watch their movie.
Yeah.
Because if you don't watch all the review copies, then you can't vote. Problem is, the secretaries or the assistants were kiboshing these things. So and a lot of times the executives are too busy. They'd say, here, you go watch those and tell me which one I should vote for. So it got really bad for a while. And this is back in the 90s. Supposedly now it's better. Supposedly Academy members are beholding. There's a process they have to go through to show that they did watch the film, they did vote. And they are using that. I watched it. But, for a while there, it got really corrupted.
I did not know that.
Secretaries were voting on the Academy Awards.
No, that's interesting. So you have to be invited in.
Right. You're voting.
So once again, tight
Based on
circles in
things you've
Hollywood.
done, yes.
Yep.
Golly, to be in Hollywood at the right time.
So what did you think? Who do you think that did Birdman actually deserve to win?
It was hard because I didn't see all the nominees.
Okay.
So I'm not going to compare it. And I have a completely different take on how films are made than someone who's just watched it. So, I will look at something that's up for best cinematography and I'll think, well, wow, okay, because I can kind of imagine how hard it was to make this film versus another film that was just, they just shot it outdoors where it's all gorgeous anyway. They didn't have to light it because, they're shooting fall, in the East Coast. So it's like, of course it's going to be beautiful. So the layman is going to watch this, oh, that's beautiful cinematography. Well, no, that's nature. All he did was open the lens and think, right. Yeah. So my take is always going to be different than someone who hasn't worked in the industry. So I kind of pull myself out of that. But I usually just ask my wife because she doesn't watch any science fiction films. She won't watch any films in black and white, and she won't watch any films with subtitles. So she's like the everyday person, normal film viewer, right? So she's
so Ip Man's not. She's not going to watch that movie, even though it's an amazing film.
No, she won't. I'll drag her to it.